there's one thing I love about delving into the N64 library, it's finding a game which I didn't play as a kid to now find out that it was a total hidden gem. On the other hand, it can sometimes work the other way around. When I was younger, I borrowed Top Gear Rally from a friend and was blown away by the graphics, realism and gameplay that the cart contained. I had fond memories of playing this game and trying to unlock everything, and so I was quite looking forward to getting around to doing this review. Reviewers of the time also praised the game for the exact same reasons, and it went on to become one of the highest rated games on the console during its first year on the market. So it was a total surprise to me to go back and play this game for the purposes of this review to find out that not only it was nowhere near as good as I had remembered, but actually I really disliked playing it. Developed by Boss Game Studios and published by Kemco and Midway, the real talking point of the game's release in 1997 was that it was going up against Multi Racing Championship in a head-to-head to be crowned the console's best rally game of the time. One of the first criticisms aimed at the game from early beta versions was its floaty feel and loose controls. The developers stated that they took this on board and made some tweaks for the final version, but everyone who's ever played this will wonder what they actually did. There are various control methods to choose from, as well as the ability to tweak various settings on your car, but no matter which version I selected, or however many tweaks I made, I couldn't quite find a setting that gave me a solid sense of control I often look for in racing games. The mechanics don't really help either. The suspension and overall physics are poor, and often when playing the game it feels like everything is in slow motion. The physics model of the game was one of its main selling points. However, so soon after the Super Nintendo's 16-bit racers, this must have been impressive, but for now it comes across really awkward. But the graphics though, they are by no means poor. There are some really nice textures which are repeated though far too often, and the weather effects not only look good but they do alter how you drive and have a real impact on the game. The N64 blurred look is ever present in this title, and the overly soft look to the game is something that you will either love or hate. Personally, I wasn't keen on it, and with a bland colour palette the game is fine in terms of its visuals, but it doesn't do anything to impress most of the time. Unless you're playing in the internal cockpit view, then the frame rate trundles along. There's very little slowdown, but the game never really gives you the great sense of speed that you're probably looking for. This is even the case if you do unlock the higher end car models. Yes, there are a lot to unlock, but in doing so it feels like more of a chore than something that you'll actually look forward to doing. The Championship mode is the main game mode of the title. As expected, by winning championships you'll unlock new cars, extra tracks and different weather effects, but there are only a handful of courses, and whilst it's clear they put some thought into what would make an interesting setting, they can often take far too long to complete each lap. Thankfully, as is the case with many of the other Top Gear series of games, there is a whole ton of secret routes and shortcuts for you to find, and so this does add some longevity to what on paper does look like a very short game. The music in the game is also quite a letdown. Like the visuals, it does the job, but it feels so uninspired and basic that you can almost get the impression that it was an afterthought. Perhaps the biggest letdown though was the fact that there is only ever one other car racing against you. No matter which of the various game modes you're actually racing in, there will only ever be one car around you. Once you overtake it, then you then play catch up to the next car ahead of you. This does give the game more of an arcade feel than the simulation sense of gaming that they were clearly trying to go for. It's sad that a game once held as one of the best rally games of all time has aged so horribly. There are better rally games on the console, and so personally you should have Top Gear Rally low on your list if you are wanting a rally game fix. So for today's topic of conversation, I'd love to know what N64 games you went back to play which left you with a great sense of disappointment. Were there any games which you loved as a kid, but when playing them back now, you wonder why you love them so much? As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below, and until next time.